All right. All right, chat. For the 0 people in the stream right now, whatever, fine. But for those of you watching at home, this is the first episode of an untitled podcast. Something I am starting. Bit of a trial episode tonight. We're going to do an NFL draft episode, and we're going to do a couple episodes later on in the future. But right now, here, we're talking about the NFL draft. Let's talk about it. We got about 20 minutes until the Jaguars get on the clock. So, actually, let me do this. All right, we're live on YouTube, NFL Draft Stream. Come in the stream, show your boys some love. When we talk about each and every one of our first-round picks tonight, picks 1 through 32, we're going to be going all night. All right? Come to the stream. All right. The draft begins in 8 minutes. So, just tweet this out. All right. So we've got about, now we're 7 minutes away from 8 o'clock. 7 minutes away from these young men going from college to the NFL. A lot of franchises, including my own New England Patriots, are going to be looking at a quarterback that can lead them for the next 10 to 15 years. A lot of franchises looking for that one piece to cement their Super Bowl run or that one piece to jumpstart the rebuild. However, we're going to talk about some more tonight. First, I want to share my thoughts. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence going 1, Zach Wilson going 2. I think Mac Jones goes at 3 unless the Green Bay Packers make that trade by around, I'd say, 8:20 p.m. and select Kyle Pitts and trade him to the Green Bay Packers so they could select Aaron Rodgers. So let's go here. I'm going to write on my whiteboard. Oh, hey, there's a viewer in the stream. Type in the chat. I just want to see who you are. 2 viewers. Chat. Nice. All right. What do you think about Barrymore being the first D lineman picked? I do like Barrymore. I think he does go at 16 to the Cardinals. I think he probably is the best D lineman in the draft. It's not really a great draft for D lineman. That's more next year. That's going to be a great draft for D line. This year, however, it does seem that Barrymore is the number 1 D lineman out of Alabama. But don't be surprised if Kwity Paye gets selected before Barrymore. Some teams want some other players. Elliot, can't wait to see how the Falcons F it up this time, LMFAO. Well, I mean, you got to select Pitts. If you're the Falcons, he's the best player not named Trevor Lawrence in this draft. And if you don't, if you select Trey Lance, who's going to now sit on the bench for 2 years, you're kind of wasting a pick. And it's not going to be great for Arthur Smith. And it might be something that Arthur Blank wants, but it's not really something that the Falcons need. Simon, I think, yeah, overpay at Phillips. I don't see Phillips going in the top 20. I think Payne might, if a team really wants an edge rusher over a D tackle. But I could definitely see Barrymore go up. Also, can't wait to see the Aints fall off the cliff this year. Elliot, so with the Saints, you know, they're picking 26. They're going to have Jameis, who's he's a very talented quarterback. He can throw the ball very far, but the question is, how is he going to do with the interceptions? Alvin Kamara is returning. I don't expect too much of a drop-off, but I do expect them not to win the NFC South. I think the Buccaneers are going to run away with that. I think they're probably the best team in football still. They brought back all 22 starters, and they might be able to add somebody like a Azeez Ojulari or a Gregory Rousseau or even a Jalen Phillips at the end of the night. Or they might trade out of the first round, get like a second rounder, somebody that wants to select a quarterback is going to. Saints have no cap space. You are correct on that. Saints do have very limited cap space. It is the Bucs. Is it? Yeah, it is the Bucs division now. I would definitely say it is the Bucs division. This is This is going to be probably the answer in a terror is over. Yeah, I mean the fact that this is the Saints didn't win a Super Bowl over the past 4 years. And you don't have Drew Brees. You have Jameis. So it's like you're dropping off, but it's a very different kind of skill set. Drew Brees lost his arm strength. Jameis has a ton of arm strength still left in the tank. I would not be surprised to see him. Maybe he throws for 4,500 yards, but then he'll also throw 25 interceptions. Let me just get a swear. Saints are the biggest joke in the NFL. No, I think the Houston Texans are. I think the Houston Texans right now are them and the Philadelphia Eagles are the two worst teams in the National Football League organization-wise. The Texans are just god-awful. They don't have a pick tonight. They don't have a second rounder. They were one of the worst teams in the NFL, even though they had a top 5 quarterback in the draft. So I don't think the Saints are. I think the Texans are. Then the Eagles, because they, your starting quarterback and your coach hate each other. They're both out the door. And you have this guy that clearly doesn't seem to know what he's talking about. And it just screams they're going to go 3-14 and the coach is going to get fired. However, the dark horse team is the Panthers this year. I mean, with Darnold, I guess, but I think at the same time, Darnold kind of has a ceiling of how far he can take your team. But I could definitely see the Panthers, winning 8 or 9 games this year. They do have Joe Brady, who was an incredible coach at LSU. Had that incredible passing attack with Joe Burrow, with Justin Jefferson, and 2 guys tonight, Jamar Chase and Terrence Marshall Jr. Panthers just need depth on defense. Yeah, I think so. I think the Panthers are probably going to need some linebacking. They do have Brian Burns in that linebacker core, but I would say probably like another linebacker will be good in the draft. Another defensive lineman. But all right, so this is the big board. I'm going to write down all the picks here. Write down where they're selected. So right now, if you're not caught up on the trades, whoever's in the stream, here are the trades that have happened so far. The number 3 overall pick originally belonged to Houston, got traded to Miami as the Laramie Tunsil trade, then got traded to San Francisco in the big trade where San Francisco traded 12 and then 2022's first and 2023's first. The next trade is the next trade is 6. This is also part of that deal. Philadelphia traded down from 6 to 12, and Miami went up to 6. They traded a first rounder, a second rounder this year, and a first rounder next year. The next trade is 23. The Jets have that pick. It was the Seahawks pick. That was the Jamal Adams trade. And 25 belongs to the Jaguars. It was the Rams pick. That's part of the Jalen Ramsey trade. So right now we have 5 picks that have been traded in the first round. I would expect Carolina, Detroit, those teams to at least make some calls. I expect New England to trade up. I expect no trades, I think, in the top 5. I don't think Atlanta's trading out. I think it would be quite a premium to give up the opportunity to select Kyle Pitts. And right now there's the there's a guy that's going to be selected number 1 on my TV screen. Trevor Lawrence is probably going number 1. Justin Fields is at home in Georgia, and they're on the couch, kind of rearranging the pillows and whatnot. Zach Wilson is in Cleveland. Mac Jones is in Cleveland. Trey Lance is in Cleveland. Caleb Farley did test positive for COVID-19 twice, so he will be in the hotel, I think, for the draft. So that would be kind of weird when he gets picked. They're like, hey, there's him in the hotel, just kind of sitting by himself. I think the Broncos should trade down the draft, pick up a couple second rounders. I mean, it depends if the quarterbacks are there. If somebody makes a move at 4 to select a quarterback, and let's say somebody goes up to 4, somebody goes up to 7 or 8, it does kind of depend who does then get picked at 9, whether they do want to go with Micah Parsons or not. Picking up a couple second rounders, I mean, if it was maybe New England would do a deal with Denver, but at the same time, I think New England wants to get ahead of Denver. They don't want Denver dictating which quarterback they take. They want to dictate which quarterback they take. And, it'll still be interesting to see what's going to happen with that pick. All right, we got Mel Kiper on the screen. Mel Kiper has now made great predictions over the past 10 years. If Jimmy Clausen is an all-pro quarterback in the NFL within 8 years, I'm gonna retire. Yeah, Jimmy Clausen played like one season as a starter. So, but tonight I'm thinking top 5. I'm gonna go with Lawrence, Wilson, Jones, Pitts, and then I'm gonna go with Penei Sewell at 5 with the Bengals. It's 8:05. The draft was supposed to start 5 minutes ago, but still nobody's gone out. So yeah, I'm just still waiting to see. Also, it's going to be funny to see how the Vikings are forced to draft all defensive players. I mean, they very well could, Elliot, be forced to draft somebody like a Penei. They could be forced to draft maybe a Christian Barmore. I mean, their need is at left tackle, I'd say, but and Elijah Vera Tucker is a guard, in my opinion. He has played tackle, but I do think that the Vikings are probably going to be looking at Elijah Vera Tucker and saying, he's played tackle before. We can shift him a little bit to the left. We can have him being our key protector for our $33 million a year quarterback in Kirk Cousins. And there's a Booger. So we have, what's it on NFL Network? There's a panelist. I don't even know the people on NFL Network now. Is it? Who's this guy? But see here, I would definitely say right now there's going to be teams that are right now making calls to trade up. I'd say Carolina, New England will probably happen. I'd say maybe there's a trade between Philadelphia and the Jets if Jalen Waddle is off the board. Apparently the Jets do want to move up. And if none of those 3 guys are there, and if, I wouldn't be surprised to see Philadelphia trade down. I wouldn't be surprised to see New England trade up. The Bears are probably going to make a couple offers to trade up. They might get a quarterback. I would say Steelers would probably cost quite a premium. I think they'll probably just go running back at the end of the day. But yeah. You also forgot Mel Kiper's greatest draft. Jamarcus Russell will be a all-pro. Raiders pick Russell. He's out of the league in 3 years. Next selection, Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I mean, that was... well, I mean, Jamarcus Russell just didn't have any work ethic. The guy, there are stories about Russell as a QB with a blank videotape. And what he would do, what happened was he had held out for so long, they didn't have training camp. He gets this DVD given to him by a coach. He says, okay, review the plays on this. Go home, look at this. The next day, he goes back, and the coach asks him, which plays do you like, which plays do you don't like? All of them. All of them, coach. I love them. I love them. It was a blank DVD. Like, the DVD was blank. There was nothing on it. It was just to see that if he even did it, if he would even, care to do it. And he didn't. He just said, we're not going to do it. But, I mean, and then, Calvin Johnson, inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. One of the most dominant wide receivers of this generation, I'd say, for sure. I would not doubt that he goes and he's like a top 10 receiver, top 20 receiver all time. I mean, this happens a lot. You talk about teams in the draft, it's kind of a crapshoot. You know, if he didn't play for the Lions, he would have gotten more name recognition. Calvin Johnson got plenty of name recognition with the Lions. I mean, if he had played for, let's say there was a trade that was proposed, I think, between the Raiders and the Packers, and was to bring it was going to be Randy Moss was going to be traded for Aaron Rodgers, and Rodgers was going to go to Oakland, so then you didn't need to pick Jamarcus Russell at 1. So who do you pick instead? You pick Calvin Johnson, and it would have been Calvin Johnson with what's his name? I'm thinking about him. Calvin Johnson and Aaron Rodgers on the same team. But yeah, they're still playing this concert of a band I don't even know and I don't even care for. Like, come on. Can we just start the draft already? Can we start? Do we have to do this concert? Like, I don't care. Teams that cannot draft: Raiders, Browns, Lions, Giants, Jets, Jaguars, Cardinals, Falcons. You're right. I'd say you're right. Oh, and the Bears too. Yeah. Well, the Bears selected Trubisky over Mahomes and Watson. You know, you're selecting trash over the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and a guy that's arguably top 5. That's in the top 5. You know, whatever Watson's personal situation right now, whatever it is, you still can't deny he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Jets, we all know they haven't had a quarterback decent since Joe Namath. Raiders, always big school skill positions. Browns, just they haven't been able to draft for years. All right, here's the commissioner. I almost put the 49ers on the list. Yeah, I mean, drafting Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers and drafting Giovanni Carmazzi over Tom Brady. So, you've got, what is it here? Oh, he's got the chair. He's got the fucking chair. He's got the draft chair. They shipped it in from his house. So it's going to be like the second round, and he's going to be announcing picks for the chair. He's going to be like, and in the third round with the 67th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select whatever. Boo. It is really nice to see all the fans and Bernie Kosar and Joe Thomas. I didn't even recognize Joe Thomas because he. Yeah, there's Bernie Kosar. The before Baker, he was the last good quarterback for the Browns. Joe Thomas shaved his. Joe Thomas is like really thin now. Holy crap! I can't. Yeah, the Bengals can't draft either. And they're chanting for Bernie Kosar. I mean, like, yeah, of course you're chanting for Bernie Kosar. That's gonna be really cool to. Well, I mean, there's been 2 general managers in the history of the Bengals, Elliot. It's been Paul Brown and his son Mike. 2 general managers. You know, usually teams with 2 general managers are like some of the greatest organizations ever run. These are owners running the team. This is Mike Brown who just sits there and he's like, I don't want to pay you. Get out. I don't want to pay you. Like, I'm going to be cheap. Oh, they're picking this random Jaguars fan. It's kind of weird. The 1 year that Cleveland hosts the draft is the year when they're picking like at the end of the round. But oh, she gets to sit in the chair for the pick? She's just like, oh, this is great. Here we go. Jaguars on the clock. All right. Chat. Who's it going to be? Number 1 overall pick. Who is your prediction? I mean, Jim Irsay. There will be many busts. Yeah. I think it was, somebody told me they were going to take forever. Let's see here. Trevor Lawrence. Well, yeah, obviously. Let's see what this. I mean, yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going 1. They're gonna like everybody knows he's gonna go 1. He's going to the Jaguars. They picked in the top 10, 13 out of the last 14 drafts. So, I mean, yeah, you're looking at, yeah, and there's the camera on Lawrence, and he's got an earpiece in. Yeah, now, and there's his wife next to him. They were actually taking bets on like who. Okay, I think the Jets will want a quarterback or wide receiver. They literally just traded their starting quarterback. They're going to draft Wilson. And they're already running video packages on Lawrence because everybody knows it's been Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been the number 1 pick for 2 years. So, all right, here we go. There's about 8 minutes left on the clock. So, no trade, no nothing. This is going to be really boring. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. We've known this for 2 years. And he was going to go number 1. And here's Mel Kiper talking about NFL draft history. What is he going to talk about? Elway, Manning, Luck, and yep, Elway. Next is going to be Manning. Then it's going to be Luck, and then it's going to be Lawrence. Yep, Peyton Manning, number 2. Number 3 is going to be Andrew Luck, and number 4 is going to be Trevor Lawrence. We all know this. Yep, those 4. So, Lawrence, ACC Player of the Year, 3-time ACC champion. He went to the college football playoff each year that he started. He went to the college football national championship twice. He won the Title Ones over a pretty good Alabama team that many said was the greatest of all time. So he's going to, at the end of the day, he's going to go home as one of the best to ever play in college football. You don't want a Heisman, which always was like weird that he never won a Heisman. I thought 19 he was going to win it, but then he didn't. 20 he was going to win it, then he didn't. Due to COVID and Joe Burrow. Yep, and they're just showing highlight packages already because they know, everybody knows who's getting selected here. It's Trevor Lawrence at number 1. I think people have talked him to death and I will probably talk him to death too over the next 6 minutes. He's going to go number 1. He's going to be the Jaguars quarterback. Week 1, he's going to go to Jacksonville, and he's going to be the savior of the franchise. And the expectations are, look at Justin Herbert's records. You got to break them. Otherwise, you're a failure. So, right here, just sitting on a couch. They're waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody to select Trevor at this pick. Don't forget Ryan Leaf, too. Yeah, Ryan Leaf. San Diego. Not really the greatest quarterback to ever hit the NFL. Took about 3 games, and it was like, nah, yeah, no, it's not going to work out. But, you know, for a team maybe like Jacksonville, I think Lawrence isn't that guy like Leaf. Leaf had a couple underlying question marks that nobody really talked about, but we'll see later who they select. Man, they're really dragging this out. Jacksonville, they're not going to trade this pick. So we're just going to write them in. Great. Jacksonville is going to take this. Okay, just I don't get why it's taking so long. Like, I get it. You're going to try to milk it for as long as possible. But, man, this is just taking forever. All right. So, right now, on the other front, no trades yet. We will go to a special correspondent in the Bahamas for the number 6 pick by the Miami Dolphins to see his reaction. And we will go to a special correspondent around picks number 11 and 24. All right, that's all I'm going to say. There's going to be a couple other places we're going to be heading. Let me just check. Here. All right, let's check Twitter. See what's happening. Twitterverse. All right. Jets are saying, all right, hurry up at Jaguars. Make it happen. Yeah. All right, it turned dark and it turned really dark in Cleveland right now. Why is Big Ben for all right, chat. This is how you know you're in Cleveland. Big Ben for prison. Yep, we're at that rate. So, and they're taking their time and they are waiting. Yeah, they're literally just waiting right there. They're not even they got one of the Jaguars camera people. So I guess right now they're talking to Lawrence. They're talking to they're talking to the guy right now. All right. No trades yet. Adam Schefter is not tweeting. He's still on my screen. He's just talking about the NFL draft. He's just talking about Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this draft is going to be really boring for the first 20 minutes. All right. Yep. Pick is in. We all know. We can write it down. Oh, is it? Yeah, that's like the one thing that'll piss off Tennessee fans. They're showing him in a Tennessee jersey. He was a Tennessee fan, and like that team just became so bad over the years. It was like, nah, I'm not going to go to Tennessee. I'm going to go to Clemson. I'm going to go over to Clemson and play for them. Pick us in. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. We all know this. Here we go. The pick is in. How long is this going to take, honestly? Is just my question. At the Masters earlier this month. Oh, this is funny. The Masters earlier this month, former number one pick told this year's number one pick, new Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer needs to play him every play of every game so that he can break the record for most interceptions by a rookie. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see. Now, there we go. And there's the tweet. Round one, pick one, Trevor Lawrence. There's Trevor Lawrence. Who's he going to hug first? And for the bettors that were betting on his wife, it was his wife. And there he is. He's heading to Jacksonville. And the product placement is there with the Gatorades. And he's hugging his grandma as well. And he will be heading off to Jacksonville. Or he's going to grab the hat. Or now he's going to hug more people. There's quite a bit of people in that living room. He hugged a guy in a Gatorade hat. I guess that's like his old high school coach or something. All right, here we go. The New York Jets are on the clock. 7 minutes till they pick. It looks like it's going to be Zach Wilson. So long, Sam. And yeah, we all know who this pick is going to be. Again, this is the most boring draft. This is like really boring. Like at least in 29, like last year, yeah, you knew the first two picks, but there was still kind of like some intrigue of like, ooh, will they? Maybe this happens. But yeah, so Sam Darnold got traded to the Panthers. And yep, he's already hugging his mom because I think they just got the call or they're gonna get the call. Is that his mom or his girlfriend? No, that's his mom. That's his mom, dude. That's gotta be his mom. All right. Here we go. Number 2 overall. Jets need a quarterback, a corner. Probably somebody on the right tackle. And I would also say some linebacker help and a wide receiver. They have so many issues right now. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Yep, they're talking about Zach Wilson. And now, yep, they're going to talk about Wilson. Yeah, I wish this draft there was like a little more intrigue of like, oh, who's going 1, who's going 2. Like 2018, you didn't know which quarterback was going to go 1, which quarterback was going to go 2, which quarterback was going to go 3. Like you just didn't know. This year, it's like it might be this guy, might be that guy, could be a certain player, But it'll certainly be interesting to see what happens at number 2. for the Jets when they select Zach Wilson, which we've all known for about 2-3 months, I want to say. But I mean, for Zach Wilson, good on him for improving his draft stock so much. He went from like a late first to second overall pick within a year. So New York always in a hurry. All right. Here we go. 3 minutes. All right. Ian Rappaport, here's an update on the Aaron Rodgers situation. An update on the Packers. That's not really an update. Green Bay hasn't engaged at all, despite a few teams calling about trading for Aaron Rodgers. Packers have no plans to trade him, so nothing has changed. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting. See what happens here. All right. Katie Nolan with a I think this might be a bad tweet, but I mean, at this rate, whatever. All right. All right, the pick is in. It's going to be Zach Wilson. And other than that, it's just going to be like, okay. I'm going to write it down. And now they're even talking about San Francisco's pick. Whoever it is. If it is going to be Wilson, Jones, somebody like that. Or not Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson's going 2. 49ers did make a call. They did offer the 3 first-round picks to the Jets. But at the end of the day, they didn't want to make that selection. So, there's a guy just in this big Jets suit. He's got a big Jets jacket, but the pick is in. Is the commissioner there? All right, there's the commissioner, and there's the guy in the chair. And he's just got his phone out. He's like, should I put my phone in my pocket? Oh, he's gonna. They just had him in the chair or something. They were like, yeah, you sit in the chair. There it is, Zach Wilson. And he's going to take the Jets hat. How many quarterbacks are the Jets going to take before they figure it out? And, this is the one that they hope is the guy, but, it's the Jets. They ruin every quarterback. I'm going to say the Jets ruin this quarterback. He's gone in like 4 years. They select another guy in the first round. And all of a sudden, this guy turns out to be an all-pro. But he's just high-fiving all the Jet fans in attendance and hugs the commissioner. And there it is. Number 1, Zach Wilson. There's the jersey. All right, here we go. Number 3, San Francisco. Is it going to be Mac Jones? Is it going to be Trey Lance? Could it be Justin Fields? Here is the first question mark of the night. Who's it going to be at number 3? If it's not a quarterback, we know it's going to the Packers. We know that the 49ers have successfully acquired Aaron Rodgers if it is not a quarterback. If it is a quarterback, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, we'll definitely see what happens here. All right, let's check Twitter. Adam Schefter tweeted this. Jets take quarterback, BYU quarterback, Zach Wilson, and now the 2021 NFL draft is underway. Yeah, you know what? You could have probably just done it on like a pre-show. You know, this was just like pomp and circumstance. You could have said, you know what? You have 2 minutes to make this pick. Let's get on with the draft. We know who's going to start. I get drafted. Jimmy Clausen 2.0, book it. All right, here we go. Doesn't feel better. I'm just reading tweets at this rate. All right, our special guest. We're going to go to a Twitch streamer named Flax for his pick when the Dolphins are on the clock, because I do want to see his reaction. Because if they do select this, I want to see Flax's reaction. And then we're going to go to the dumpster fire. We're going to go to Brandon Perna at 9. We're going to go to the dumpster fire for 11 and 24. But for the Patriots pick, we're going to go here. And yeah, we're going to go all night. So stay tuned. There's the family of Zach Wilson. They are not showing either Trey Lance or Mac Jones. So we do not know who the pick is. But we will see. We will definitely see who that pick is in about 4 minutes or so. But they're taking their sweet, sweet time for sure. I mean, it would be kind of funny if, you know, they didn't have enough time and Atlanta just passed them and selected Kyle Pitts anyway at 3. But Atlanta would probably just say, no, we're going to let you pass us. We don't want to do this anymore. We don't have the money to pay. They don't have the money to pay Kyle Pitts at 4. Here we go. 49ers, they traded up 9 spots. This exact trade happened, I want to say, like 8 years ago. And it was a very, very, it was a much, much smaller trade. It was a first and a second. This was 3 firsts and a third. All right, they made the pick. Now, who's it going to be? They made the pick. Is it going to be Lance or is it going to be Mac Jones? As a Patriots fan, I'm hoping they select Mac Jones so that Lance and Fields are on the board. Well, we'll see. For sure. Yep, and Mel Kiper saying to select Jones instead of Lance. Is right, whatever. You know what? The pick, they're going to make this pick. I don't know if this isn't like Woj. Oh, Mac Jones is just sitting there. Oh, I think it's Lance. I think it might be Lance. I think it might be Lance. I think it's going to be Lance. I think it might be Trey Lance. I think it's Trey Lance. I think with the camera, it's going to be Lance, but because they didn't have a camera on Trey Lance. They had a camera on Justin Fields, and they had a camera on Mac Jones. So it'll definitely be interesting to see who this pick is. But we just don't know who's it going to be. The pick is in. All right. Here we go. The pick is in. Who's it going to be? If you're in the chat, put it in. Lance, Jones, Fields. Who's it going to be? I'm thinking right now it's Lance. Because they didn't show a camera on. They showed a camera on Mac Jones. They showed a camera on Justin Fields. They did not show a camera on Trey Lance. I think it might be Trey Lance. Oh yeah, like Lance is the biggest wild card. Biggest season ever. That's the tagline this year. Interesting. All right, here we go. Here we go. Pick is in. Let's see here the reactions. It's been 3 weeks. It's been a month. It has been 32 days since this trade happened. Who will it be? And the commissioner has the pick. Trey Lance it is. There we go. Lance goes 3. Now he's going to have the biggest expectations, I think, out of anyone in this draft class. Because 3 first-round picks. I didn't really like the idea of trading 3 first-round picks for Mac Jones. 3 firsts for Trey Lance. I think I might be able to handle that a little better. But now you leave Fields and Jones up for the Broncos and Patriots. And let's see if Twitter. New San Francisco quarterback Trey Lance psychological test for the 49ers were off the charts per a source. The 49ers consider him the smartest quarterback in this draft class. So here we go. Trey Lance. Here we go. 40. He is 3rd off the board. He was a guy. Trey Lance to the Bay Area. It is official with the 49ers. We have 3 quarterbacks going in the first round. And the first 3 picks, he goes from North Dakota State to the Bay. And now the Falcons are on the clock. Who will they select? My bet's on Kyle Pitts. Trey Lance would have been my other quarterback. Could they select Fields or Jones? You never know. They could select one of the two. I'm kind of thinking they go. I think Pitts. I don't think there's a quarterback selected until 9 at the latest. But yeah, I'm kind of. I think the 49ers are the fans. I think in San Francisco are happy. I'm going to look at their Reddit. And then also, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Garoppolo is without a job come Sunday. So he's going to go. It's more than I can handle. Picking Lance at 3. Now Trey Lance is going to be quarterback of the future. You know what? If you're going to keep Jimmy G, fine. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with Mel Kiper here. I think it would be beneficial for him to sit a year. We'll see. So, let me just see here if this is going to work. All right. All right, guys, I got to end the stream. I'll be back soon. We'll be back. I just got to figure this out. And I'll see you guys a little later.